What is up, guys? Rick Hack is here, and I want to talk about the new DLC for Black Ops 2 Revolution that will feature a new gun, the Peacekeeper SMG. Now, there should be a link in the description as well as a huge annotation on screen right now to the pictures and article about this leak. So please just click there, and clicking it will open a new window and just pause this video so you can look at the images yourself and then come right back. Now, I don't want to post the image on the actual video because I do not have the rights to it, and also I'm just wary of reporting on leaks. I'm a small YouTube channel. I just don't want to do that. If you, a lot of people are gonna be like, "Oh, you're just lazy. You don't want to do that." But Stay Frosty Cinema, actually, I'm a channel I'm kind of associated with. They reported on leaked maps one time, and they didn't even put any images or anything. They just reported on the leaked maps. Turns out they were 100% correct. But Activision actually filed a copyright suit against them, and they got a copyright strike on their channel. They couldn't use custom thumbnails for like months. It was really bad, and the strike got removed, thank God. But it's just something that I'm wary of, and I really just don't want to get a copyright strike against my channel. And I hope you guys can understand where I'm coming from. So yeah, please click that link if you haven't already, and then come back to the video. So I'm assuming you've all clicked the link right now, or you've seen the image before, and as you can see in the bottom it just says bonus Peacekeeper SMG. Now, the first time I did hear about this, it was from T Martin's video. But this video isn't a simple, view whoring or view leeching. I really wanted to touch on some subjects that T Martin had no idea about, and even admitted he had no idea about in his commentary. Firstly, a lot of COD players are confused about what would happen if I bought the DLC and I had the Peacekeeper SMG and I died and I dropped my weapon, the Peacekeeper SMG. If you didn't have the DLC, could you pick this gun up? There's two possible ways that they could make it so, or there's two possible things that could happen when you pick it up. Firstly, and what Battlefield 3 does and what they're 99% going to do is, on the day that the DLC comes out, they're going to have a mandatory update. So basically a patch. This patch will be bigger than normal, but probably no bigger than 100 megabytes. It should take you no longer than 10 minutes, and that's in the absolute extreme. Battlefield did have like gigabytes worth of download, like 1.29 gigabytes, but they added 10 weapons and like a bunch of new stuff. So that's scaling it down by like a lot. So it's not going to be a huge patch. They probably are also going to add some, like, since they're doing a patch anyways for this gun, they probably are going to add a little bit of rebalancing and retweaking and kind of patchy stuff that they would normally do with a patch. But anyways, you're going to start up your game on the day it comes out. You're going to have to download a patch. It's going to make you. And what this patch is going to do is going to give everyone the Peacekeeper SMG. Technically, everyone will have this gun in their game, in their coding, but only the people who buy the DLC will be able to use it in Creator Class. So if everyone has to download this patch to play online, that means that everyone will have the gun, and there'll be no problem if I have the Peacekeeper SMG and I die, and someone who doesn't have the DLC will totally be able to pick it up and use it. And there's one other approach which is very, very, very unlikely, but is possible, and they've done this in a few games. Nothing comes to mind, but I really do remember them doing it in certain games. It's where if I had the Peacekeeper SMG and I died, and you had no DLC and you picked it up, it would be a different weapon. It would be like an MP7 with a red dot or something weird like that. And that is just something they can do with the coding. It is unlikely that they will do that because it's extra marketing for them, right? Like, if I pick up the Peacekeeper SMG and I don't have the DLC and I do really well with it, I'm going to want to buy the DLC, right? And so that will probably help them sell more copies. So they're really probably going to do the first one. But the second one is possible, and it's been done before. I just can't think of any examples, but I know it's been done before. Also, another thing I wanted to test on, this is pure speculation from here on in. The gun itself, if you look, it actually looks, I'm going to call it right now, that's a carbine, that's not an SMG, but I really don't want to be too, technically, it's not extended magazine, it's not extended clip, it's extended magazine. A clip is what is in the M1 Grand. Like, I don't want to be that kind of person. I do know a lot about guns, but I understand that I can't balance the guns towards real life, because in real life, you're not trying to balance guns. If I'm the company Barrett and I'm making a gun, I'm going to make it the best gun possible. I'm not going to look at the other sniper rifles on the market and make sure mine is balanced with them. I'm going to make the best one possible. So that's why they can't balance it in real life. But just looking at the gun, and from the guns that are already in the game, I'm going to guess that this gun is going to be extremely accurate. this gun looks kind of like an assault rifle type gun, and often those smaller carbines and those smaller SMGs that shoot smaller rounds are quite accurate. They're used kind of almost more medium range than close range. Guns like the PDW, which is personal defense weapon, and the MSMC, stuff with very, very short barrels and that don't have stocks or have very, very small stocks, are less accurate. Now, this is just kind of real life scenario, so really they could totally get me wrong. But if I could guess, just looking at the gun and looking at the guns already in the game, the new gun is probably going to be pretty accurate. I'm going to say probably slower shooting, not slow shooting, but probably either on par or above the MSMC. I can't see it be below the MSMC or above the MP7. Maybe on par with the MP7. But I feel like since it is kind of a assault rifle variant, I feel like it's going to be not a super fast shooting, but medium fast shooting, accurate, kind of almost a gap between assault rifle and SMG. And that would be my guess for what this weapon is like. Now, I hope you enjoyed the commentary. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys want me to do a kind of more breakdown on the maps, because I have some information and a lot of guesswork on the maps, I'll be happy to do so. Just leave that in the comments. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And as always, have a nice day.